How's it going, everyone? Welcome to or welcome back to the channel. We are at Homestead for another track guide episode. It was the most voted comment in the last track guide episode, so here we are. Let's go over the tune real quick. This is for the GTA2 C7, and I have to reiterate, tomorrow, this video is going to come out Wednesday. So this week, Monday, 2 days before this video comes out, there's supposed to be an update to make BOP changes to GT2 and GT3. Nothing big, just minor changes. We'll probably make a video just going over those changes in the coming future. But until then, this is the current GT2 tune that I'm running. It may change in the future, but yeah, we'll go over the tune. I'm going to do 3 laps. The first lap, I'm going to be on controller, where I go rather slow and explain the brake markers and stuff like that. And then the second lap, I'm going to be at a little bit quicker pace, almost race pace, while I still try to explain the brake markers. And the third lap will be a full flying, low fuel, soft tire, as fast as I can go. So you can see what it looks like at full speed. So, let's kick it off. Assuming you are on a full flying lap and not from the start, you're gonna brake just after this pavement changes. So just after the change right there, hit the brakes about a car length, hard on the brakes, and then ease up. You can cut quite a bit of this corner. And don't run it too wide, because the rumble strip runs out pretty quick right there. Onto the power just for a quick second. There's no real brake marker here. I do this left-hander strictly off feel. After you get the brakes right for that, yeah, there's no real brake marker here. Maybe if there's more cars on the track, there might be a rubber line right here. But as you can see currently, there's not really anything. So this tight left-hander is just a feel. Let your car coast in. And then onto the gas for a quick second, and then back onto the brakes. Again, for this one, there's no real brake marker here. You can see where the rubber ends up there, and then right behind me, you can't really see it, but there's a small little rubber line. You see where the rubber gets dark right there. So right where this rubber ends, you're on the gas and then on the brakes, right there. Get it tucked in and then onto the power early. Alright, this corner I always tend to mess up. I always either brake too early or brake too late for this corner. But you want to brake at about 225-ish. Is this a 250 board or? Oh, it's 300. Okay. Yeah, never mind. This is going to be, let's see, that's about 250-ish. Yeah, so maybe about 225. Just before the 200 board. Brake hard in a straight line. Let up just at the end of that left rumble strip. Get your car turned in. And then full power. Alright, coming up to the hairpin left. If you want to, this is a little trick that I do at Indy also, because it's kind of hard to read these numbers sometimes, depending on the track conditions and stuff like that. These boards might just be a shadow. It might just be a black shadow. So what I like to do is count them. So 1, 2.5. Bam. So you want to brake right at the 150. Again, if you can't see what the actual numbers are, just go halfway after the second one. 1, 2, brake right in the middle. Again, brake hard in a straight line, just about to the end of that rumble strip right there. And then you can ease up. Let your car float in. Onto the power. And then a little trick that I like to use for this one, if you have the track limits on, which is what that blue ribbon right there is, you can see right where it turns up there. See where it just kinks left? That's where you want to turn in. So just turn in right there. Maybe a slight lift. In GT2, I'm not sure if you can take this flat out. I don't think you can. You shouldn't have to hit the brakes here, just a lift. And then back onto the power as soon as you feel like your car is planted. Cut out wide and then brake at about the 75. So after the 100 board, before the 50, just about right in between them. This left-hander you can actually carry quite a bit of speed through. And then for the chicane, there's a bunch of different ways you can take this. The fastest way that I have found to take this is try to plan for the exit. So don't worry about how fast you actually go through the chicane. You want to plan for the exit onto the speedway. Because if you're too wide going around the left-hander, you'll hit a bigger bump on the speedway. And that will just toss you into the wall or break your tires loose. And you'll lose a lot of time. So what I like to do is cut this one as much as possible. Get turned left as early as I possibly can, which will give you a low exit onto the speedway. If you're out there, like where the race line actually is, that's a huge bump. But down here, it's not so bad. So while you may lose maybe a tenth going through the chicane, I think if you plan for the exit, you'll pick up probably 2, 3, 4 tenths by the end. So let's do a lap real quick. Let me get turned around so we can come in with a little bit of speed. We don't need a whole lot of speed, but... Alright, so let's go over this at a little bit faster. Get it turned in, spot the pavement change. Just after the pavement change, get it tucked in. Again, no real brake marker there, so you go by feel. Get your car turned in, on the power just for a quick second. And then spot the brake boards halfway in between. Full throttle to this right-hander, you don't have to lift or nothing. And then what I like to do is count the boards. 1, 2.5. And then I like to get real close to this wall so I can look at the track line. See it kink left, turn in. 75. Cut that as much as you can, stay low. This is a pretty quick track. It is very much point and shoot. This track heavily relies on acceleration if you want to be quick here. But I'm going to run a few laps here. I'll pick the best one, and I will catch you guys at the end of the video. Peace. Alright, I think that's good enough. I think that'll do. I'm not sure if that time is comparable with what you can actually get in GT2. The public hopper BOP is different than what you can actually do in free play or private multiplayer. Unfortunately, I'm not able to use that spec, but the tune should still be able to work for you if you use it in GT2. Bar, there are no BOP changes this coming Monday. So, hopefully the tune works out for you. Hopefully the track guide helps you get a little bit faster. If you liked the video, hit that like button. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.